So today I want to talk about something very real. What happens when someone is navigating cancer and autoimmune disease at the same time? Where does food fit in? So food is not a cure. I even hesitate to use the word cure here on YouTube because I probably will get canceled. But it's also not a replacement and it's not an alternative to medical care. Before I go any further, this information, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. If I am not your one-on-one practitioner, provider, coach, whatever, then you need to be running this information by your own healthcare provider, doing your own due diligence, seeing how this fits in with your plan. But I want to give you educational information, and I'll tell you more about myself in a minute. When someone receives a cancer diagnosis, especially if they already have an underlying condition like an autoimmune disease, the nervous system goes into overdrive. For those of you who already received a scary diagnosis, you know exactly how that feels. For me, it was complete panic, and it wasn't even like, how dangerous is this for me? It was all the things that I should have been doing. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And not taking care of my health. It was following my passion. Am I doing what I'm put on this earth to do? If I only have a limited amount of time, am I doing, but using my talents, right? Things like that. But all of us, it hits us in different ways, right? In that moment, we're either panicking, we are afraid of everything, we're cutting everything out, or we're completely paralyzed. And so I want to talk about food. I want to bring some calm and clarity around this conversation as well. So let me say this clearly, just in case you didn't get it enough yet. Medical care is very important. Your decisions need to be made with your healthcare team. This conversation is about supporting stability along with your care team. So, whatever that means for you, take that with this information. If you do not know me, if I'm new to you, I am Jen, also known as Holistic Jen. That is with a W. You can find me at holisticjen.com. That's WHOLISTIC.com, jen.com, Jen. And I am a whole food plant-based culinary coach. I'm a master herbalist. I'm also a board certified health educator and a nutritional endocrinology practitioner. I help people use food to help in their recovery. So, food influences our energy. We need the vitamins and minerals that come from our foods to help us with our mitochondria, help us with our energy, help us with our blood sugar, help us with our digestive tract. Are we getting enough fiber for things to move appropriately to feed the microbiome? Um, Food influences our inflammatory load. Food is important for preserving muscle tone and for our terrain, our microbiome, etc. So these things are very, very important. And when you receive a diagnosis and all of a sudden you're under all of the stress, lots of things happen in the body. When you are navigating your next choices, your body is experiencing increased stress hormones. Cortisol is going up. When cortisol goes up, inflammation goes up. When cortisol goes up, blood sugar goes up. Our adrenals are on high alert, which means we need more vitamins and minerals for different things. So we have an increased metabolic demand. Our appetite changes as we're burning through these nutrients that are needed by the adrenals to manage our body and keep our body safe. We may start having major cravings and hunger going on because our body's saying, hey, we've got to replenish these nutrients. And so you think you're grabbing donuts or ice cream or crackers or chips or things like that because you're not paying attention to what's going on, or you're not, what is the word people use? Willful, something like that. Anyway, it's not because you failed, it's because your body knows you need these nutrients. So you're having these cravings. Your body doesn't know that when you grab a donut, that's crap for your body. Your body thinks, hey, if we grab this food right here, it might give us some nutrients. It doesn't know it's not going to. So we want to make sure we're choosing the right things But that just, I'm trying to explain why you have these different appetite changes. Your digestive tract gets disrupted. When you are under a lot of stress, your digestive system slows down because your body thinks you're in danger. Now's not the time to go sit and hang out on the toilet, right? Now we need to be on alert. We need to be able to run or jump or fight or whatever. We get easily fatigued because we are burning through nutrients really quickly. And our whole immune system kind of gets thrown off. Where do I need to be focusing right now? There's so much going on. If this person just received this scary diagnosis, like a cancer diagnosis, and they also have an autoimmune disease, they already have an immune system that's dysregulated. They already have an inflammatory load going on. It's possible that they already have blood sugar issues going on as well and are very sensitive to nervous system things going on. And so now's not the time to do something like a liver cleanse. If I decide, like, I have this cancer diagnosis, I'm super stressed out, I have this autoimmune flare going on, and I decided to go on some kind of detox or extreme elimination, then my body is going, uh-oh, we're really not safe. And so that's going to increase flares. That's going to increase the danger response and other things going on in the body. So I love detoxes. I love doing things that nourish the liver, but there's a time and a place for that. And so we want to make sure that your body is in a safe, stable space before we do that. So this time of year is usually when I will do a detox, and quite frequently I do every April and October. And I may be doing one personally on my own at this time, but I'm not promoting one with my clients because I just had too much juggling too many things at one time right now between all my clients and my membership, which I love, love, love doing, but I also love traveling. And so, can I travel? Can I support all these people and throw in a detox right now? Maybe not. But even if I was, I would want to assess you and see if this is the right time for you to do that or not. For me, my markers are all under control. And so my body is safe. And so now is a good time for me to do that. And I do like to do that when the body is safe. So, that aside, we need to support the body using foods that will help the blood sugar stay more stable. We need to have balanced meals that provide carbohydrates, protein, and fats. And so, do you even know what that means? We may need to sit down and talk about what does a healthy plate, balanced plate look like. A lot of times people will bring food items to me and they're not balanced and they think they are. And we have to talk about why and why they're not. That means not skipping food. If your body's on high alert, is crying out for different nutrients because you're burning through them quickly. So we don't want to skip any meals. We want to make sure the body is feeling safe and supported. And we don't want to do anything that's going to spike our blood sugar. So reaching for that donut when there are other healthier options, we need to talk about that, because if I eat that donut, my blood sugar is going to spike and fall and mess up other things going on in my body that's already inflamed and doesn't need that right now, right? And not to mention the fact that sugar fuels cancer. So we definitely don't want to be grabbing that donut unless it's one of my low glycemic, grain-free donuts that's actually nourishing. Different discussion. We want to have adequate protein. Does that mean you need to go out and eat a steak? No, but we need to focus on, does your body even process protein? So did you know that all of our vegetables contain proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, just different levels of them? So our greens, even like broccoli, is like 50% protein, but I'd have to eat an awful lot of broccoli. My body's not able to eat that much broccoli to get that much protein. But if I eat it in combination with beans and seeds and things like that, I can easily meet my protein needs. But I need to make sure, do I have adequate stomach acid? Has my body been so inflamed that I'm not producing digestive enzymes? I need to focus on that and see, do I have what I need to break down these foods so that I can get the nutrients that I need? It takes a lot of energy to break down cooked steak into its amino acids. Do I have the energy to do that? Or would it be better for me to break down some plant-based proteins that aren't as difficult for my body to break down, that don't create as much acid in the body? Probably so. So focusing on plant-based protein can be excellent right now. We want to support muscle maintenance. So are you still doing exercises and strength training when you can? If you're too weak, we need to focus on some other things. But we want to make sure we're maintaining as much muscle as possible and supporting your tissue repair as much as possible through nutrients, especially proteins. We need protein for that and for supporting the immune system. We also need to focus on the digestive system. Are you getting the right amount of fiber for you? If you're not used to eating a lot of fiber, now's not the time to try to get 100 grams of fiber in your body. That's going to cause lots of pain and inflammation. We need to gently build that up, increase that fiber. Make sure you're getting different types of fiber to support your mucosal lining and to feed those microbes and things like that. And focus on simple meals as much as possible. You know me, if you followed me, if you follow me on Instagram, you know my meals are usually pretty complex. I love, love, love food. I love eating the rainbow. That's very, very important to me. But I also repurpose foods, and so it looks complicated, but it's actually very easy, and I love teaching you to make it easy too. We need to focus on nutrient density. What does that mean? That means when you are eating a dish, it is full of vitamins and minerals. If I were to sit down and eat, let's go back to chicken fingers and French fries, there's not much nutrients in there. There's lots of fat, trans fats, saturated fats, and probably breading, at least on the chicken fingers, right? So things that are going to cause blood sugar spikes, things that are going to create inflammation in the body, and not lots of vitamins and minerals. Whereas if I eat a rainbow dish, maybe it's a comforting bowl of soup, maybe it is a salad, maybe it's a stew, maybe it's some sort of zoodles with a wonderful vegetable sauce, right? Maybe it's even walnut tacos, which can be absolutely delicious and nutrient dense. We want to make sure we have lots of vegetables. We want lots of micronutrients. We want vitamins and minerals and phytochemicals, all those beautiful rainbow foods. Number one rule, always read the ingredients. Number two, always eat the rainbow. Micronutrients are so, so important when we're under stress. And so making sure we're eating the rainbow as often as possible. Lots of dark leafy greens. They could be raw, they could be steamed, they could be in a stew, they could be in a soup, they could be in a smoothie. I don't care. Get them in. Leafy greens. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are very anti-cancer. This high in beta glucans, wonderful for our digestive tract and our microbiome. Eating cooked mushrooms. Cruciferous vegetables. That's broccoli, that's Brussels sprouts, that's cauliflower, different kinds of cabbages, also raw, cooked, whatever it takes. If you have autoimmune thyroid, a lot of times that we tell you to eat it cooked. And some cancer protocols will call for things like cabbage juice, but sometimes that can increase too many goitrogens in someone who's low in iodine. And so it's not, we need to be careful about things like that. We need to be knowledgeable about those things. And then berries, my favorite food, and seeds, especially hemp, flax, and walnuts. And then hydration. I always have my water. We tend to skip it, but we need water to move the blood through our body to carry the nutrients all throughout our body. So staying hydrated, drinking half your body in ounces in water a day. If you are not drinking any water at all, that's too much for you today. Slowly working your way up to drinking that water that your body so needs and staying hydrated. So notice what's not on this list. I'm not telling you to fast. I'm not telling you to cut out the carbs. I'm not telling you to eliminate entire food categories. And I'm not telling you to go into a juice fast, right? Right now, you're under stress. You need as many nutrients as possible. So we're focusing on the nutrients as much as possible. What can cause the most harm right now? Severe calorie restriction. If you cut yourself back to 500, 800 calories a day, which many of my clients do, most of my clients are my age or older, and so they're in menopause. They were raised on the eat less, exercise more mentality, and they've been going years and years and years of 500 to 800 calories a day, maybe 1,000, but that's not enough for your calories needs. And so your body does not feel safe. Now is not the time to continue that. We have to make sure you're eating enough. It's also not the time to boost a million different supplements and take advice from every influencer out there. We need to be skillful about nutrients. You want to make sure you're not taking anything that's going to fuel any inflammation for you. We're all unique. I am super sensitive to supplements, and if I did not know that, I would be making myself sicker and sicker and sicker. Number one, read the ingredients. Even on your supplements, there are fillers, there are starches, there are all sorts of things in there. Do you even know what your capsule or tablet is made out of? Pay attention. Call your pharmacist. Ask what is in this. And you want to make sure you're not shifting your diet too much because that could really create some more stress in your body. If you already have an autoimmune disease, cutting too much can just increase too much inflammation right now and make you too tired and your body feel unsafe. If you are having some sort of surgery or other procedure done, we need to focus on recovery. And recovery involves rebuilding the microbiome, making sure your microbiome is replenished, and we're focusing on building the healthy, positive, friendly microbes as much as possible by increasing rainbow diversity gradually and eating foods that are safe and feel safe to your body at this time. We need to support the liver, not through a cleanse, but providing minerals and nutrients that your liver needs to focus appropriately. And we need to focus on restoring metabolic flexibility. What does that mean? That means making sure that your insulin receptors are nice and clean. They're not sticky, and so that you can take in the glucose and nutrients that you need into your cells easily, including thyroid hormone. Did you know that your you have thyroid receptors and they can get clogged as well? So we need to focus on making sure all those receptors are clean and are easily accepting what your body needs at this time. We also want to make sure that we are calming the body. We are providing safety in the body. We are loosening up or softening any stress that's occurring in the body. And so instead of saying, what am I allowed to eat, which is what I hear so much, it's what would feel good to my body today. And you may be thinking those donuts or that bowl of ice cream might feel good today, but does that really feel good to your cells? Probably not. Your cells, they could use a smoothie. They could use a plant-based ice cream that doesn't have sugar, that has healthy healing nutrients, maybe some berries or cherries or something to sweeten them. Those may be helpful. So we can find other things that are helpful and healing to your body at this time. If you're navigating cancer and autoimmune disease together, you need support that is steady. Remember, food's not a cure-all. There's no superfood that's going to help you with this. Yes, they can help, but they're not going to be a quote cure for you. Use food to support your health, to support your blood sugar, to provide energy, to help with your digestive tract, but find other ways to help your body as well. I have a membership group, the Culinary Healing Circle. In the circle, we don't focus on a miracle. We don't focus on eliminating everything. We focus on safety and security and filling the body with nutrients that it needs to be safe, supported, and optimize your health. We do this through food demos. We have live Zoom classes, at least one every week, sometimes 3 or 4 a week. We have herb classes, we have master classes, and more. Please check it out at culinaryhealingcircle.com. If you want structured support, you want 24-hour support, there's even a WhatsApp group in there where we support each other. There's a digital library where if you can't attend live classes, you can still access all the recordings and even recordings from a year ago. You can go back, all the recipes and the menu plans and the master classes. And we have weekly Qigong to help. That's my favorite form of meditation. There's other classes in meditation as well, but that's my favorite. I teach Qigong every single week in the group, and I would love to help you join us. So if you want structured support that is calm and safe, that you can do in your own kitchen, go to culinaryhealingcircle.com. If this conversation helped you feel a little bit safer, share it with someone that you know may need a little more steadiness in their life right now, right? Hit like, hit subscribe, share it with someone you love, and I look forward to hearing from you and joining you again next week.